Puebla is the beautiful, colourful capital city of the state of the same name and sits in a valley surrounded by towering volcanoes on all sides.
The highlight of a visit to Puebla is to explore its historic centre, which has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1987. From incredibly colourful streets to gorgeous artisan markets and interesting museums to peaceful plazas and parks, there's a ton of stuff to see and do in Puebla.
We started in the Zocalo de Puebla, the city's main square, which, as with all Latin American cities, is also its beating heart. On one side, you've got the towering Cathedral de Puebla, the city's main cathedral, and on the other, the municipal palace of the city. The rest of the square is lined with restaurants, cafes, and bars, and it's a place that really comes alive in the evenings when the cathedral and fountain are lit up.
We headed north along Cinco de Mayo and soon came to the red facade of the Templo de Santo Domingo. This church might not look much from the outside, but don't let its exterior fool you. Inside, it is one of the most beautiful churches in Mexico. The highlight is the Rosario Chapel, which is covered from floor to ceiling in beautiful gold plating.
From the chapel, we walked down La Calle de los Dulces. You might have guessed from the name that this street is lined from top to bottom with sweet shops. The smells as we walked down here were incredible, so this is definitely the place to come if you want to sample some traditional Mexican candies.
At the end of Calle de los Dulces, we came to the Barrio del Artista. This was probably our favorite area of the city. The highlight is the line of studios built from brick and Talavera tiles, where you can see different artists working on or displaying their finished pieces. A little further along, you will find the same kinds of structures at the Parian artisan market, this time being used to display all sorts of traditional handmade products for sale.
We kept heading south from the Barrio del Artista until we came to probably Puebla's most famous street, Callejon de los Sapos, or the Alley of the Frogs. This street is quite possibly the most colourful in Puebla and certainly the prettiest.
From Los Sapos, we headed to Museo Amparo, which is a really great multi-level museum that's home to many pre-Columbian artifacts. Probably the best part of the museum though is the rooftop cafe and terrace, where we got some stunning views of the city skyline.
We grabbed some churros from Puebla la Churreria, which we highly recommend, and then made our way to the back of the cathedral, where you'll find the Biblioteca Palafoxiana, a beautiful public library founded in the 17th century that houses thousands of rare books.
If you still have time, make sure to visit the Paseo Histórico Cinco de Mayo, which is part of a large tunnel system under Puebla that was long considered a myth. This tunnel brings you out in the Zona Histórica de los Fuertes, a large park with a couple of old forts that have been turned into museums. The views from there are amazing, and the forts are filled with military artifacts and information about their uses over the years.